The girl I loved for 10 years dumped me for another guy in front of everyone. Then the most beautiful girl in college walked up to me and asked me to be her boyfriend. The spring evening air felt warm as students laughed around the university campus, preparing for prom night. But Liam's hands were shaking. Inside his jacket pocket was a small velvet box containing a silver promise necklace he had spent months saving for. Because tonight, he was finally going to confess properly to Gwen, the girl he had loved for almost 10 years. Liam stopped near the fountain outside the main hall and took a deep breath. But before he could move, he suddenly heard laughter. Gwen's laughter. Liam smiled instinctively and turned around. But that smile slowly disappeared. Gwen was standing beside another guy, Jason.
For a second, Liam's brain refused to understand what he was seeing. Gwen? She looked surprised for a moment, then awkward, but only for a second. After that, she sighed like she was tired of hiding it. Liam, I was gonna tell you eventually. The flowers in Liam's hand tightened. Tell me what? Jason smirked beside her while Gwen crossed her arms. Jason and I have been dating for 3 months. Liam stared at her blankly. 3 months? Then what about all those calls? All those dates? All the time she said she loved him? You're joking, right? Gwen looked away, and somehow that hurt even more. Come on, Liam. You seriously thought we'd stay together forever? Jason laughed quietly. Dude, she upgraded.
Liam's chest tightened painfully, but Gwen wasn't finished. You're nice, Liam. But nice isn't enough. Word felt like another knife. The flowers slipped from Liam's fingers and hit the ground softly. Students nearby had started watching now, whispering, some even recording. Liam noticed, and that humiliation crushed what little pride he had left. Gwen sighed again. Don't make this dramatic. Then she grabbed Jason's arm and walked away. Just like that. 10 years, gone in less than 2 minutes. That night, Liam sat alone on a bench near the back garden behind the university building. His eyes burned. He hated crying, especially in public. But he couldn't stop.
Everything hurt. The worst part wasn't even losing Gwen. It was realizing she had probably stopped loving him long ago. Students occasionally passed nearby. Some whispered, some laughed quietly. Nobody approached him. Until suddenly, someone sat beside him. Liam quickly wiped his eyes in embarrassment, but when he looked up, his breath caught. Layla Ashford, the most beautiful girl in the university, Miss Ice Queen, the girl who rejected every confession without hesitation. Yet right now, she was sitting beside him quietly. Liam looked around in confusion. Maybe she sat at the wrong place. But Layla remained there silently. Then finally, she spoke. Why are you crying? Her voice was calm, soft,
but strangely concerned. Liam laughed bitterly. You've probably already heard. Layla shook her head slightly. So Liam explained everything. The cheating, the humiliation, the breakup. The more Liam spoke, the more ashamed he felt. But Layla listened quietly, without interrupting once. When he finished, silence filled the air again. Then, unexpectedly, Layla lowered her eyes. Her fingers tightened slightly over her skirt, almost nervously. She asked, Then, would you go to prom with me instead? Liam blinked. Surely he heard wrong. What? A faint pink color appeared on Layla's cheeks. Go with me. Liam stared at her in disbelief. This had to be some kind of joke.
You don't need to pity me. The moment Liam said that, Layla immediately shook her head. Hard, almost desperately. No, it's not pity. For the first time since sitting beside him, her composure cracked. Her voice trembled slightly. Then, slowly, she revealed the truth.